Hey folks, Fist-25 here. You know what time it is. Time for another ship review, and as you can see, this one is on the Aegis Sabre. So sit right there, hang on, let's get started. Roll the intro. All right, folks, so welcome back, and I've been looking forward to this review for quite a little while here. It's not my favorite ship in the game, but it's definitely one of the coolest ships in the game. This is the Aegis Sabre. It's such a diverse ship. It's stealth. It has a variety of paints. It could go easily loud and proud, which I do fly it like that sometimes. And got a special little surprise towards the end here. A ship that I almost never see in the game. The Aegis Sabre Raven. Yes, I have one. Yes, we're going to take a look at it. But let's get started with the stock Sabre right now. Let's take a look at this thing. This is from the front left of this ship. Let's go ahead and, while we have some sunlight out here, let's go ahead and take a look at this ship from the front. What do you guys think? I think it looks amazing. I really love those big intakes, which they're probably retro thrusters. We'll find out. But they look like jet engine intakes over here. And then we have some kind of other intake up there as well. As you can see from the front of the ship, it has that red canopy, which kind of adds to that stealth look. It definitely has the dark gray skin, which is hard to see in the black of space. We'll get over the guns here in a minute. This is actually my stealth loadout for the Sabre. So this is, in fact, a cannon build because cannons are stealthier than repeaters. I do have some ballistics and some lasers on here. But yeah, let's take a look around the ship. Starting on the port side, you can see the Aegis Dynamics branding over here. Next to what appears to be that intake. And there's like almost a leading edge here in front of the intake, which is like a no-no for like modern real life jet aircraft because of the potential for FOD and stuff. But hey, in the future, we don't worry about that kind of stuff. We just worry about cool design aesthetic. I'm just kidding. As we can see, the landing gear, they are like flat feet over here. And we will watch some retract here soon. As we come upon what is a fairly short wing. It does actually handle pretty decently in atmosphere, but that wing is very short. But it does have that angular look, you know. Not so much of what the Eclipse has, but it does have that angular, stealthy look that we've come to know and love from our modern fighters, like the F-117 Nighthawk or the B-2 bomber. In the back, it does have this wing right here, and this wing actually spreads out. So this will provide, you know, most of the lift while in atmosphere. It just folds back in a swept configuration while our landing gear down and we're on the pad here. Coming in from the back, we can see there are two about 45, maybe a little more angled vertical stabilizers. Doesn't look like there's a rudder on there, but they certainly look cool. They're definitely going to provide some aerodynamics. We also have kind of a horizontal stabilizer in back. Interesting enough. I'm not sure what this guy is. If this is an exhaust port or what. We're going to have to check that out. I do like the way the engines are configured and the way they're pointed. That very flat look. It gives this ship a very small cross-section. Which is definitely something you need from the front, from the ship, for stealth gameplay. As we head around to the front, you can see that the starboard side is identical to the front to the port side because this is a symmetrical ship, like most of our ships here in Star Citizen. So let's go ahead and hop inside this baby and see what she is all about. you're going to see a cool animation as the front guns actually retract as we get into the pilot seat. So let's head on in here. We're going to enter our pilot seat. This is the only entrance. See that gun retracted? We hop into our ladder and hop into our seat. Now, this is the default paint scheme for the Aegis Sabre. It is kind of that black gray look there. Here's what the ship looks like from a top-down view with the landing gear down. It looks kind of bulky like that. I really like the aesthetic. I think the ship is beautiful. I think there was a rework done in 3.11, and it just made the ship shinier. Really nice. Ooh, look at the light coming off of that canopy from the sun. That looks phenomenal. God, this game is beautiful. Of course, we are at, I think we're either at Crew L1 or Arc L1. We're some kind of a station. There's some kind of ship over there making some noise. Sounds like a Hornet to me. But yeah, this is the Aegis Sabre. Let's go ahead and hop back in our cockpit here and fire this puppy up. All right, our systems are green. Let's take a look from the outside. You can see the engines there. I don't see anything coming from those bottom outlets, but I do see the engines, and there's some kind of fins in there, probably to just, you know, spread the IR a little bit. I'm guessing, make it a little more stealthy. Let's go ahead and take off before the guy tows us out of here. So as we do launch, I'll rotate down and we will... Well, let's put the landing gear up first and then we'll watch the wings. So as the gear goes up, the wings go out. Let's go forward a little bit.
Thank you. And please visit again.
I'll probably be back, buddy. Okay, so let's drop our gear real quick. You can see those wings did spread back. Gear is down. Notice we have some lights down there, some red lighting, and you can see our bomb bay door is open because our weapons are on. I'll turn the weapons off. And you can see that our missile door does close, making us more stealthy, less cross section. And let's go ahead and watch those wings spread from the top. We retract the landing gear in, see our wings spread back. So it's a you know, a ship that has that 45-degree kind of motif to it. Everything is at an angle, which is good. And you can see me hanging out in the cockpit there. Let's go ahead and check out the engines as we move forward. They got a really nice look in there. I really do like the blue. Let's see those lights on the bottom. Not sure what they are for. There's definitely some thruster down there on each side. Yeah. Let's give it some gas. We're gonna go full speed here. And here's your afterburner look. Looks good. Hopefully we don't run into an asteroid. We can see our maneuvering thrusters here. I better pay attention before I run into something. As far as gimbals, our weapons are fixed. They are the maximum size we can have. I don't have them turned on, but we will see them shortly. So let me go back to my TVI here, and in a straight line, maximum speed of this ship is 1235. Let's go down to our SCM speed, and we'll see the retros. So those intakes on the very front on either side of the canopy are the retro thrusters. So that must mean the big round ones are indeed the intakes for the hydrogen. Doesn't this ship look amazing? Let's actually back off a little bit. It looks stealthy. It looks fantastic. Alright, so our SCM speed is 206. Let's give her a roll. You can see she actually rolls really well. Pretty quick maneuverability for the ship. Let's check our pitch. Not the fastest pitch in the world. but not the slowest either. It's pretty darn good. Let's check the yaw. Yaw is also good. So let's check that in third person. Here's our pitch. You saw the sun as our point. I mean, not the best, but pretty good. Let's check our yaw here. Yaw rate is good, and then we will roll. Roll is definitely better than any other surface here, or any other axis. So stop moving. Okay, there we go. The Aegis Sabre, everybody. Super cool ship. I really like how the light kind of comes off there. It's got that matte type of paint, and it just looks great. Now the Comet and the Raven are going to look significantly different. I mean, the Comet's the same ship with just really different paint, but the Raven is a completely different ship, but it's in the Aegis branding line. So let's open up our weapons here.
Weapon systems online.
And the weapons I have hooked up are, I've got some guns, I got some cannons, and some lasers. My lasers are mounted on my wings here. Cannons mounted forward. Now, the cannons look like they're a little bit off the ship, but they're not. They're actually connected. We saw that when we got on. But here's the ship firing. So, looks pretty darn good. Close up the weapons. And let's take a look around the interior. This is going to be the same cockpit for the Comet as well. So let's take a look around the glass. We have quite a bit of glass here. We have viewports out here. We have struts. But overall, there's a ton of glass to see. Really, this is your view here, what you're looking at. So I think it looks pretty darn good. As far as our multi-function displays, we have 4 multi-function displays. We have a central yoke and a throttle, as well as a 3D radar. Let's give it the old interaction key look. So here on the left, we have flight ready and power on in the same area. We have our injection. In the middle, to the right, we don't really have much. We have our spool quantum drive. Our multifunction display stuff, and then over here on the left area over by the throttle, open the canopy, the ladder, stuff like that. Press to unlock. That's about it, guys. So let's go into the heat view. We're gonna go over to this guy. We're gonna go into heat. So right now, our EM. Now, note we do have weapons off, but we do have shields on, and we are just kind of going SCM speed. You can see that our EM is really low at 582, but our IR is it could be probably lower, but it is what it is right now. We're gonna go ahead and go into stealth mode, and we're gonna suppress our overall IR from about 4490 here to 36 and 30s. Basically, and that's a heck of a jump there. So this is basically our stuff. I like to add these two together and kind of give myself that range. So really right here I'm looking like probably 4,000 out, and I could probably get a little bit closer, but we're gonna find out how close we can get to a target here in just a few minutes. So that is the geez, that noise. That is the Aegis Sabre, the base color, and let's take it out and let's get stealthy and let's go dogfighting. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back here with the Aegis Sabre. I want to go over a little bit of the lore here before we get into our combat mission. The Aegis Sabre was designed as a space superiority fighter for those situations where you need to leave a lighter footprint. It is part of Aegis Phase 2 of new ship models designed to be a rapid responder. The Sabre is more than capable of establishing battlefield dominance for any number of combat scenarios. Engineers looked equally to the past and future to build the Sabre, incorporating Aegis battle-tested power distribution systems into their dependable ship hull construction. While developing cutting-edge flight and system technology, the Sabre is truly a next-generation fighter that represents the new Aegis. So the Sabre here, it is a crew of one. It is a small fighter-type ship with no cargo capacity. The cost of the Sabre is in-game 2.183 million Alpha UEC. It goes for about 43,000 UEC per day for a rental, or 17,000 rec. It takes about 13 and a half minutes to claim it with insurance. Expedite time is 2 minutes 15 seconds. Real life, the Sabre costs $170. It is not always available, but it is available during time-limited sales. It should be available during the upcoming 2951 Invictus launch week. So keep your eye out for that if you're interested in the Sabre. Some of the history of the Sabre: it's a next-generation fighter. In 2945, Aegis Dynamics had designed the Sabre in response to the United Empire of Earth Navy's request for proposal for a next-generation fighter capable of outmatching the Vandal Stinger-class heavy fighter in speed and turning. While the Navy had not yet accepted the Sabre bid, Aegis had opted to make a run of production prototypes available to licensed civilian operators. So it makes me wonder if the Vandal are going to have a stealth class ship at all. Probably. The Sabre, there is a variant, a special edition, the Sabre Comet, which we're going to see here in a little bit, which is part of the Masters of Flight series with a custom livery, paying tribute to famed pilot Commerical for his work with Aegis to usher in a new era of combat ship design. And then, of course, there's the Sabre Raven, which is the high-tech variant designed for intelligence missions. The Raven packs 2 separate EMPs, but at the cost of no missiles and only 2 size 3 guns instead of the 4. It does come with 2 paints, a Polar and a Stormbringer, which I'm going to show you as soon as we're done with this mission and head back. If you do want to pick up the Sabre, you can pick it up at New Deal in Lorville along with the rest of the Aegis line of ships. And that's about it for the Aegis Sabre as far as history and all that stuff goes. So we're here at Yella, and we need to kill this guy Nasser Batello. Now you can see we're still in stealth mode here. Pretty good EM, a little high ER, but it is what it is. That's with our weapons turned off right now. So let's see if we can sneak up on this guy. Now this ship has fully stealth components: Mirage Shield, Slipstream, Spectre for the Quantum, and it uses cannons, which are about the stealthiest I could have for size 3. So where is this guy? Okay, I have a contact. Now he is 10.1 out, so he's not going to be able to see me. We're going to go ahead and target him. I'm gonna get him pretty close here. See how close we can get. Before he actually sees us, you know what I mean? Myself at SCM. Let's get at least to 5,000 and see if he can see us. I like doing these stealth ship reviews. It's pretty neat. And we'll go over more stealth stuff as we do the loadout. Okay, so at 5,035, he can't see us. I'm gonna turn my weapons on.
Weapon systems online.
Okay, weapons are on. His friends are here. He can't see us. Notice our EM is now 1018. Yeah. He's still not seeing us, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna lock some missiles on this guy.
Missile lock. Missile
Okay.
lock.
Thunderbolt 2's coming action, buddy.
Missiles dry.
He's in a Vanguard Warden. Okay, they definitely hit, and he's still not moving. Oh, and the asteroid spawned in finally. Okay. Couple more missiles.
Missile lock.
Let's fire them.
Missiles dry.
All right, those are our missiles are dry. Let's try to outpace our missiles here. All we're left with is guns. Boom. And that's how you kill that Vanguard Warden that fast. All right, let's take these other guys out as they start shooting at us. Of course. Whoa, that was really fast for him. I don't know why that was that fast. It shouldn't have been, but hey, sometimes cannons are powerful. Maybe he had an asteroid. Maybe I just hit the right spot in the shield hole or something. Alright, Cuddy. Let's see if we can get this Cuddy Black here. Whoa, a little bit decent. Okay. Now, I do have 3 shields, but they still can't take that much punishment, so. Looks like I took off one of his little forward. Oh, there he goes. And just like that, folks, we finished a high-risk target mission with the Aegis Sabre. Took virtually no damage to my ship. Shields are still intact. It will cost me the price of some missiles, but that I can certainly live with. So, let's head on back to Port Olisar. Maybe. If we can find Crusader. Do it the fast way. Oh, it's up here. So the slipstream does give you... I think it's a slipstream, or is it the Spectre? What, the stealth quantum drive. You're fine when you're within a planetary system like this, and I'm just doing stuff out here, but for longer trips, you're going to have to stop for gas, especially if you want the most stealth, which correlates to the most speed as well. So let's come on into PO, our home away from home. Probably took a little bit of engine. Yeah, my engines look good. Sometimes you get that whole major thrust issue thing going on. I don't know why that beeps when I hit F11. It's weird.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Where are we going to land at, buddy? We're going to land right there, second pad. Okay, let's fold in our gear. We will come in for a landing. Okay. There we go. There we go, folks. Oh, that was a lot of talking. Okay. Let's see what this cost to do this. So the missiles, those 4 missiles are going to cost 605. Only need 4 repairs, so I really didn't take any damage, and a little bit of fuel here. So, there is 2 paints for the Sabre, and I believe they are there's the white one and the blue one. I believe the blue one is called the Polar livery. And I'm sorry, the blue one is called the Stormbringer livery, and the white one is called the Polar livery. So, as I get out of the ship, let's go ahead and cut over to showing those 2 different paint schemes off, and then we'll get to the Sabre Comet. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back, and as promised, here is the first livery. This is the Polar livery of the Aegis Sabre, and it's kind of a white camo type of color with white and a couple different shades of gray. It really makes the black or the dark gray of the Sabre stand out. It's a really neat look. The more I use it, the more I like it, because I like the contrast of a white ship and a black space. Yeah, so here it is. Not much more for me to say, take a look at the bottom here as we rotate around, and yeah, so here is the polar camo livery of the Aegis Sabre, and here it is in kind of a more of a dark look. Looks good. I really like it. So now we're gonna go ahead and switch on over to the Stormbringer livery. Okay guys, so here we are with the Aegis Sabre and the Stormbringer, which is the blue and black paint job that you can get with the Aegis Sabre. It's blue is like every other Stormbringer, but it's kind of mixed between the powder blue and a regular blue. What do you think? You like this look with the blacks? I actually really like it. Now that I see it more, I think I like the white a little bit more just because of the contrast. But this Stormbringer livery looks really good. Notice it does change the canopy; it's not red anymore. Same with the polar. But yeah, so it's got a couple different shades of blue. Definitely lighter in the sun, which makes sense, and the really black contrast of the Sabre. Let's get a look at the bottom of the ship. Oh, a little too far. Rolls too fast. And there's the bottom of the Stormbringer. And it's a very solid blue, especially on the front fuselage with the nose. But it definitely highlights the shape of the Aegis Sabre. Which I'm a big fan of. So, let me know what you guys think about it. And before we move on to our next ship, which is the Aegis Sabre Comet, with its camouflage livery, I just want to go ahead and plug the channel a little bit. So, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing if you like my content here or Jawa's content. Please throw a subscribe down in right below this video in the little box, in the red box that says subscribe. And if you want to know when our videos go live and be the first to know, hit that little bell notification and it'll tell you as soon as we have a video posted out, like on your phone or something like that. We do have a couple new things that we just started now that we have passed 250 subscribers. As we're edging into close to 300, we have opened a merchandise store, which we just like to call merch or just the store. It's off of Teespring. You can get the link to that in our description or on our website, fistingjawa.org, also in the description. And just click on the button that says store, and you can buy some cool stuff there. There's t-shirts, there's hoodies, there's water bottles, there's pillows, there's socks, there's all kinds of stuff. And if you want to see something specific, just let me and Jawa know, and we'll put it together and we'll make it available for purchase. You know, I'm down with whatever. Just shoot me a note in Discord or something like that, or shoot us an email, and you know, we'll be able to do that and hook that up. So thank you for considering purchasing any stuff. We don't get all that profit. Like, I know the shirts cost $25, but Teespring gets their cut too, of course. And then we also have a Patreon that we just literally started this week. So there's 3 tiers right now. First tier is basically a tip jar, $3 a month. Help us make this content, help us pay the bills. This stuff is not free to do as much as we want it to be. We do have subscriptions we pay for. And we really would appreciate that. In addition, there's a couple other tiers that we really haven't fully fleshed out yet, but if we do get patrons in those other tiers, we will be making exclusive content for our patrons and probably doing a patron-only live stream that may or may not record. It really just depends on the community and what you guys want to see, what you guys want to do. And we're going to work on getting some more tiers in there for those that have more expendable income that want to help support us and support the content that we're making. But really, guys, we really just want to say thank you for watching and thank you for viewing. And you guys are phenomenal, and we really appreciate it. And let's skip on over to the Aegis Sabre Comet. Let's do that right now. Well, everybody, welcome back. This is the Aegis Sabre Comet, and I think it's a really cool looking build. It's a different skin on the Sabre, and that's really what it is. It's externally, flight maneuver wise, internals, you know, the cockpit, everything, that's all the same. But this guy has this kind of camouflage paint job here. It's a digital camouflage, and it's got some blue accents on it as well. I used to really like it, but with the other paint jobs, I really am starting to like the white and the blue liveries a little bit more. To be completely honest with you guys, it's not that I don't like the digital stuff here, but you know what really takes it away for me is the blue. It, like, if you look right here, the digital against the black of the Sabre looks amazing, right? But the blue that is really kind of a Sabre's color, right? It likes the blue and the blacks, even though the base model is reds. But the other models, they really kind of go with this blue motif. And while it's pretty cool, for me, it just doesn't go with the greens and the light grays of this digital camo. They take away from it for me. So yeah, there's something in Star Citizen I don't love. But here's the front of the ship. You notice I have some attrition 3s on there and some GT220s. And there's a nice shot of Crusader in the background. How about that? Let's take a look at the bottom. Now the bottom's going to be different. And I say that because if you look at the bottom here, it doesn't have the blue really until you get to the tail section. Now the black and the camo look really good. The contrast on it is really, really nice color wise. But I can't help. Oh, look at that. In the dark, I guess it really doesn't even matter, right? But yeah, as we get some more light on it, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys like the blue with the camo color? Do you like the camo color? Do you like the Comet? You know, the only difference with the Comet versus the regular Sabre is of course, the skin, but it's really the loadout that it comes with. And we'll go over all that stuff as we get into the loadout section of the video. But right now, let's head into the cockpit. Let's get into some trouble. Let's find some people to shoot down, and so just hang on real quick and let's get that done. Now, unfortunately, guys, the only mission we could get was a low-risk target. But, you know, here's the thing. You see how he saw me right away? Because this ship is fully loud and proud. Meaning, I have a real high EM and a real high IR. And everybody's going to see me. But the reason I do that is because I like having two different builds. Let's fire some EM missiles at this guy. Let's see what we can do against this Aurora. Can we blow it up? Nope, not quite. But yeah, this guy, I mean, it's got an Atlas Quantum Drive. It's got 3 shields, a Palisade, and 2 FR-66s, I believe. I got attrition 3s on here. I got GT220s, which are very bright shooting. But, I mean, look, $6,200 right there. That's pretty darn good. In about, 5 seconds. Killed that guy real fast. So, hey, made almost $7,000 in 30 seconds. So, I know people say mining makes you a lot of money, but so does dogfighting. Anyway, if I had a higher mission, I would certainly take it and show you guys that. But, we're going to do some chase camera footage of this guy, and we'll get a better target, and we'll actually see this bad boy in action. Fully loud and proud. I'm going to show you the heat screen down here. Look at that. Look at our EM, 12,700, not 1,200. And our IR at 6880. Even if we suppress it, it would only go down about 1,000. Yeah. So they're gonna see me coming no matter what. So Loud and Proud Sabre. It's got 3 shields, one more than its Hornet equivalent, right? So hey, kicking butt, taking names. What are all these? I can't target those. Interesting. But I'm gonna head on back to Port All-Star and I'm gonna pull out Sabre Raven. We're gonna take that guy for a spin. So hang on to your butts. I'll be right back. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and there she is, the Aegis Sabre Raven, the stealth EMP ship in the Sabre line, and she is a different design of ship. So let's take a quick look around here before Selin overcomes me and I freeze to death. As you can see, I have a high DPS build on here, not super stealthy, but it's the stealthiest laser repeater. And I plan to be a little bit up close for those EMPs, so those are attrition 3s on there. As you can see the big intake vent on either side of the cockpit. And see, that's a little bit different look. I mean, it's still a little bit Sabre-like, but it's a little bit more angular. And it's a little bit more rectangular. There's those big round intakes are just aren't up there. The canopy is yellow, as you notice, with a green glow inside, which will change once we turn the ship on. But it's symmetrical. It's got the same type of landing gear feet as the Sabre, and I think she's beautiful. That's a bright kind of formation light there. I'm gonna step back. It's hard to see right here, but on the top of the aft section of the fuselage, in between the wing and the fuselage, is actually a hole. And this ship has that on both sides. It's a design feature of this thing, and it does fly pretty good in atmosphere. As you can see, the exhaust there's really just one central kind of exhaust engine here, and we're going to see that in action as we go flying. But it is a little bit different of a look and loadout from the standard Sabre. Now, this ship does have 2 basically the smallest size EMP generators on it. It has 2, and that's what basically you get for not having any missiles. So this ship does not have any missiles, which kind of stinks for a stealth ship. I would think you would have some missiles, because you also give up 2 guns. So you give up 2 guns and basically 4 missiles for the ability to have EMP. And with EMP not, working like it really should in this patch, this is what we get. So it's definitely probably the most unique and rare ship in my fleet. I just got it not too long ago. Notice it says 36 on that left wing. It's a cool ship. I like it. I like it. I like having the rarity of it, honestly. So let's go ahead and we will get inside the ship so we don't freeze. All right, so let's let that canopy close real quick. Let me talk to you about the Aegis Sabre Raven. It is a high-tech variant of the Sabre designed for intelligence missions. Unlike usual variants, it features redesigned hull that cuts down the wide wingspan of the original Sabre to a smaller profile, which is completely true. Again, crew of 1, no SCU. You cannot buy this ship in game. And you can also not buy the ship during any type of limited sale. It is a special purchase. To purchase this ship, you either have to, you have to buy an Intel Optane 900P SSD drive, or you could try to work the ship through a gray market type deal. Basically, when you buy this hard drive, Intel worked out a deal with CIG or RSI to give the ship for free. So you get the ship for free. We can buy one of those hard drives. The hard drives are really expensive. but they're also really good SSDs. The Optanes, you're able to write petabytes of information to it before it actually kind of runs out of its ability to write anymore, which is, far exceeds standard SSD drives like a Samsung 970 or something. So it's got an improved avionics suite and storage. The Raven's avionics module has completely overhauled to include some of the most cutting-edge hardware and software available and an increased data storage compared to the Sabre. So that may matter in the future for gathering intelligence. The Raven features a pair of EMP pods inside its twin missile rack. And on top of the Sabre's already comparably low signature, the Raven has a even smaller profile by cutting down the wide wingspan of the original Sabre to improve its stealth capability. The Raven is designed by Aegis Dynamics lead designer Blair Nyberg and officially unveiled at CitizenCon 2947, a year after they unveiled the original Sabre, the first of their Phase 2 line of spacecraft. So, I really like the Sabre. It really came out in real life in 2017. And it actually came out flight ready in Alpha 3.0. The Raven's color scheme is similar to the brand of Intel, which kind of makes sense because you got to buy that hard drive to get it. So let's start the ship up.
Aegis combat system activated.
So you notice everything went a lot more gray, bluish, right? So the green went away. Let's take a look inside real quick. We can see standard throttle stick on the left, canopies and ladders. We have our power off and stuff here. We have our ejection to the right, engines and spool quantum. Again, we have 4 multi-purpose displays. These are a little different. They look a little wider, and I don't know if these are building blocks or not. But it comes, I mean, this is how it turns on, so that's kind of nice. And the shields do not have low power. I don't know why it says low power, but let's take a look outside. Here's the Sabre Raven, folks, on the pad right now. But you can see where I was talking about, where those 2 angular holes there. Looks pretty cool to me. I actually really dig the look of this, and we'll take another look at it once we actually get into space. But definitely has a very slim profile. So dig it. Let's take off. All right, we're off. Stellar. Thank goodness. Let's go ahead and we'll retract our landing gear here. As you can see, they fold straight up into the fuselage, and no wings expand out. These wings are fixed. And look at that. Doesn't that look good? It's very slim. Look at the cross section of this aircraft. Very minimal. Very minimal. Looks awesome. Let's give it some gas. You can see the exhaust here. It's kind of filtered out just like the regular Sabres, but there's really only one exhaust nozzle over here. So we need to get out of this atmosphere anyway. Now, this ship is kind of a mixed bag a little bit, right? So I do have it set up for stealth. So it has all stealth components in it, which we need to actually go down to our MFD, and you can see our EM is 984 and our IR is 4950. This is a little bit higher because of the attritions. And we're going to suppress that down to 4,000, 984 EM. So really good EM. IR could be better, but I don't have cannons on here, so this is what we got. Also, on our weapons display, we're going to go ahead and turn on our EMP. Let's go ahead and charge that up. Now remember, there's 2 of them, so you're going to see 2 bubbles. Let's see how long it takes to charge. Notice these are charging a little bit faster than some of the other EMP ships. I think this is the fastest charging EMP ship. And there we go. We are fully charged. And we have 2 concentric bubbles there. As you can see, our EM is housed in where the missiles would be on a regular Sabre. You just can't see them right now. But there we go. And if we release our EMP... Woohoo! Looks good. And so it's cooling. Look how fast the cooldown is. That's actually a really nice cooldown. And I really like having a ship that's kind of an all laser build like this is. So if we shoot, looks good. So I think that shield's low power on there is due to me flying to cell in here, shutting down and starting back up. So let's try not to blow ourselves up, and we're gonna shut off power real quick. Let's see if this works. Ooh, are we gonna fall? No, we're not gonna fall. Let's go. Okay, flight ready again, and look. All of a sudden our shields have power. Look on the bottom right how fast those shields charge. Incredibly fast. The Mirage is already 100%, so that is definitely a benefit of the Mirage. So let's go get into a little bit of trouble. Let's EMP some people. Let's see how that works out. All right, so stay tuned. I am going to go ahead and quantum over there, and we'll catch back up with you when we're about ready to destroy our target. Okay, folks, so here we are. All I was able to get was a medium risk target mission. And here's our guy. Here's our target. Now, he is flying towards Gundo. So here's the conundrum. I don't have missiles, so even though I'm stealth and he probably can't see me, what do? Do I hit EMP and start charging? Which is exactly what I'm going to do. So, oh, for some reason the EMP system's offline. I'll turn that sucker back on. We're going to charge our EMP and make a beeline for this guy. Now, you do have to get really close for this EMP system. I think you can get up to 250. You want to be close. So I just hit the EMP there. I'm going to charge it back up. They're shooting a lot of ballistics at me. Now these are Mirages, so hopefully I'll be all right. Oh, got him already. Okay. Next, let's get close to this bug. Dropping EMPs. It did hit him. It did take down some shields. Will it help me destroy him faster? I'm not sure. I did try gimbaled weapons on this before, and I didn't like it. I didn't like losing the power. Hit him with that EMP. Oh, didn't look like it did anything. I might have been too far away. All right, another one down. Last one, everybody. Aegis Gladius. So let's take a look at his shields as I get closer to him. Okay, the EMP did hit him. Let's see, I didn't get a cooldown on that one. So EMPs need some work here in Star Citizen. They haven't worked right since 310. Pop him with an EMP again. Come on, baby. There we go. All right, so the Sabre Raven takes out the competition. Take a look at the bottom of this ship. We got the 36 on there. We got like a purple, some purples on here, which, hey, it is a Raven. So we can filter out some of that sun. See the corona just peeking through the ship? That's pretty cool. We can also do that with Crusader and Daymar. So look at that. Man. What a cool ship to have. What a cool ship to have. So, that's the Sabre Raven, folks. There's no other paint schemes or anything like that. This is what it is. So, we're going to head on over to the loadouts of all three aircraft. We're going to do a stealth build on the Sabre. We're going to do a loud and proud on the Comet, which is the same as the Sabre. And then we're going to do the Raven build in the configuration I have now. So stay tuned for that. It's coming at you right now. All right, guys, now it's time to do the loadouts for the Sabre Comet, and the Sabre Raven. Now, the Sabre build we're going to build here is going to be the stealth build. And then the Comet is going to be loud and proud. And the Raven is going to be the build I use on the Raven, which is stealthy-ish. Stealthy, yeah. So let's go over the Sabre here. We are at Urkel Games, so make sure you stop by the DPS calculator. Awesome website. We can see that the Sabre by Aegis Dynamics, it is a stealth fighter, combat career, ship size of 2, hull HP of 9410, pretty good. Speed of 206, afterburner max speed 1235, which we figured that out. Pitch 60 degrees, yaw 52, and a high roll speed of 230, which we definitely saw that in the video. Average quantum fuel capacity on par with ships of its class, and again, you can buy it at Lorville at the New Deal shipyard for about 2.1 million. So this is the stock loadout. For a stealth ship right now, you can see the EM is at 3,451, which to me is pretty darn high. You can see the stock loadout. The power is just at half, which is good. Cooling's good. The shields that come with it are the shimmers, stealth grade C, so not horrible. But you know, we're gonna put better shields on there. Missile damage is at 17,000, and its DPS right now with all 337 Panthers is at 1760 with 384 alpha. So what we're going to do is we're going to put, because cannons are stealthier, we're going to put cannons on this thing. We're going to keep everything fixed. So in the game, you're going to have a left wing, right wing, and then left forward, right forward type thing. But we're just going to do one by one here. So let's go to our laser cannons. Now, the FL-33 is the most, I believe it's the most stealthy, or is it? It's the highest DPS. So if you look at the light strike here, its IR is 4.8, and over here 4.8, and its power to EM is 0.57. The FL-33, while it's a lower IR, it's a little bit higher EM. I like it better. Because it's about the same as the FL, but it also does way more damage. So we're going to pick 2 FL-33s for our laser cannon. And then for our ballistics, the stealthiest one out of the ballistics is the Deadbolt 2. You can see down here, its power to EM is 0.57, its temperature to IR is 4.8. Everything else is a little bit higher here. So we're going to grab 2 Deadbolt 2s on here, and this is actually pretty good combination of laser and ballistic. I mean, I was taking out people pretty quick with this, and even though it's less DPS overall, it's much higher alpha damage. I mean, that's a lot of alpha damage in one shot from all 4 of those. I mean, that's a big boom. So that is my recommendation for the weapons. On the missile side, I leave it as is. There's the Arrestor 3s and the Thunderbolt 3s, which is there's 2 each, so there's 4 missiles in total. And the Thunderbolts are the EM missiles, and the Arrestors are the cross-section missiles. So, if you wanted to probably save a little bit on EM, you could probably go to cross-section all around, but you should have your weapons turned off as you approach to be even more stealthy. So I don't think missiles really matter that much as far as your signature goes. So let's take a look at our EM right now. Now, we've reduced our EM signature already by, what, 500 to 1,000 already, definitely. It's 2482, and that was just weapons. So let's go ahead and do our shields. Now, for a stealth build, we're going to go stealth grade A, which are the Mirages. And you can see the Mirage has almost 720 more hit points per shield. So we're definitely going to get more shield. And look, we lowered our EM even more. Now it's at 1741. And our shields went up to 9180. With a full charge in 10 seconds versus 9 seconds. So I think we can take the 1 second hit for more shields and less EM. Our power plants. These are stealth grade C sonic lights. We're going to go ahead and go to our slipstreams, which will provide even more power. Now, this is obviously a maximum build. You don't have to change these power plants out. There was plenty of power before, so you could leave those other components on. But if you want the maximum amount of power and the maximum amount of stealth, you're going to choose the stealth grade A components. So now our EM's down to 1429. On our power, we're really good on power. Now let's look at our coolers. The military, these are military grade C. They're not even stealth. So let's change out those bracers for snow blinds. We're going to lose some cooling capacity, but we're going to gain stealth. We've already gained some stealth. So let's go ahead and do the other one. Now we have 2 snow blinds, and if you look at our cooling, we're still under half. So we're doing great, and we're stealthier. Our quantum drive, and we're going to go ahead and upgrade this one to a Spectre. Now, take note, from Port, you can't even make it from PO to Hurston. You can get really close, but you cannot make it in one trip. You are going to have to stop for gas. So, excuse me. So just get used to doing that, okay? But this is our maximum stealth build. And so our EM now is 1363, right? So it was way higher. We reduced it by well over, well, I mean, really close to 3,000 by going with these components. So this is my basic Sabre build. Hopefully there'll be some more components to come online soon so we can change out radars, thrusters, and stuff like that. So with that, I'm going to, let's move over to the Sabre Comet. Okay, guys, so here we have the Sabre Comet, and this is, again, stock build, right? Here's the default loadout, though. Remember I told you with the Comet, it's a Master of Flight series. It comes with these Aminsky 9 laser cannons, and it comes with laser scatter guns, of all things, for its stock weapons. Missiles, again, it's mixed EM and cross-section. And then the shields are, again, shimmers, sonic lights, military grade C, bracers for coolers, and the drift for the quantum drive. So look at our EM here, 2499. That's pretty good, but we can do better. Now, obviously, if we wanted to stay stealth, then we could stealth this out more, but we already have the regular Sabre for our stealth. And you know what? I need to go back to the regular Sabre, and we'll go back here in a second, and we'll put stuff in the cart. Actually, we might do it with this build. We'll put the stealth stuff in the cart, and but first we're gonna do the loud and proud here. So we're gonna go full loud and proud. For me, that means repeaters. I think a lot of people are really used to repeaters. So for our weapons, now look at our stealth, 2,500 basically, right? But look at our DPS, 1573. So we're going to go with 2 Mantis GT220s. And for our lasers, we're going to go with attrition 3s. Now look at our DPS, 2193. So that's a significant upgrade to your DPS. And your EM signature pretty much stayed the same, but that's because we have some stealth components on here. Our missiles, we're actually going to go to all Thunderbolt build, all EM, because it does the max damage. This is loud and proud, might as well have it out there, right? For our shields, we're going to go to, this is what I like to do. You can pick and choose what you want. I like to do an FR66. In the middle, I do a Palisade, and then another FR66. This gives me really good recharge time, and still has the big bank of almost 2,000 more hit points than a FR66 using the Palisade. Now look at our EM, 16,000. So we jumped up a lot by using, really powerful shields. But our shield hit points went up to 20,000. So that's significant. Now you look at our power draw, we're over where we should be, right? And cooling's still okay, but power draw is not great. We're gonna go ahead and put in 2 military JS300s in the power plant. And then for the coolers, I like to use ultraflows in here. They give you more cooling capacity. And there we go. And then for the quantum drive, I'll go ahead and put my tried and true Atlas on there. And now our EM 22,543. That's a lot. But our power draw is way down. It's not even at a third. It's close to it. And same with the cooling. This is my loud and proud build for the Sabre line. I just happen to use it on my Comet. So let's go ahead and drop the items in the cart. Let's pull it up, and we're going to change all this stuff over to new Babbage if we can. If they sell it there, because it's one-stop shopping. Sometimes it's more expensive, sometimes not. Most of the time it is. So our price for this, for new Babbage, Port Olisar and Lorville, 228,446 Alpha UC. That's actually pretty cheap, but it is a smaller ship. So that's what it'll cost to go full loud and proud on a Sabre. As you're going to see, the loud and proud Sabre Comet in the chase cam footage, it just utterly demolishes the enemy. So it's pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and empty the cart. We're going to close this. I'm going to bring up a regular Aegis Sabre here, and we'll do the stealth build on the Sabre. So we're going to go with 2 Deadbolt 3s, and for the laser cannon, the FL33s. We're going to go. Oh, we're going to keep the missiles the same, and then we're going to go all stealth components for everything, and put this in the cart. And see how much it costs. This is why I like doing this site, because you can really pick and choose all your stuff. Okay, so here's the full stealth build. And let's drop the items in the cart. Let's check out the cart. It's not that much to change. Yeah, I don't. Let's see how expensive. It's going to be more expensive than the other one, but than the loud and proud build, but. So, 259,730 Alpha UVC. That's a little bit more than the Loud and Proud build, but this is full stealth. So these are customized components here. So that's how much that costs to fully stealth out your Sabre with my recommended weapons and system components. So let's go ahead and empty this cart, and let's move on to the Sabre Raven. Okay, so we're here with the Sabre Raven, and this is the default loadout here. It comes with 2 Quarrelers, which is my favorite size 3 laser cannon. I'm not going to use cannons in this build. This is a perfectly fine build. If you want to use the Quarrelers, they're great weapons. I highly recommend them. It uses, here's your EMPs. You cannot change them out. They are what they are. It uses the Stealth Grade C Shimmers, the Sonic Light Stealth Grade C Power Plants, the Bracer Military. You see a theme here. It uses all the same ship components. But notice we only have 2 guns and no missiles, and that's the trade out for getting these 2. Oh, apparently they're size 2 EMPs. And the nice thing about these EMPs, they actually charge really fast, and these are made for close range. And we'll go over that in a sec. But you go look at our DPS stock loadout 680, 648 alpha. That's actually really high alpha, but it's a laser cannon. Our EMP does 3,600 damage to shields, I guess. Our shields themselves are 7,000. Our power is just over half. We're going to fix that. Our cooling is okay. It's about a third. And our EMP is at 3,612. We're going to go stealthier than that. So let's first focus on DPS 680. So we're going to go ahead now. You can easily put a ballistic cannon in here. You can put a deadbolt. You can do one and the other and use both to try to get your guy faster, your target faster. But we're going to go ahead and put in, you know, I did a lot of debate with this stuff, and I think the attrition 3 with the highest DPS is what you want to use here. And the reason I chose that is because you only have 2 weapons, 2 guns. So you need to get the most DPS you can. And so this pops up our DPS to 1233 once we're heated up. So it did raise our EM a little bit, as they do, but we're gonna fix that again with our stealth build over here. So we're gonna take our shields. We're gonna go full Mirage. All stealth components on everything. So slipstream power plants. We're gonna go snow blinds on the coolers, and we're gonna change the quantum drive out to a Spectre. Now our EMP is down to 2378, and I think that's respectable considering we have EMPs and we have attritions as our weapons. So, there you go. This is my build for the Sabre Raven. I think it's really good. I think it. This is what I like. I've tried out a number of things. I've tried cannons. I've tried ballistics. I've tried shotguns, or the scattergun. Sorry. This seems to work the best for me, and it's more consistent. I've even tried gimbals, but I don't like having the size 2 weapons on here because there's only 2 of them. So, excuse me. Let's take a look real quick at the EMPs on here, for the stats anyway. So we can see they're size 2. The damage is 1800, I guess, to shields. Or I guess would do distortion damage. The radius, the minimum radius on the EMP for this is 250 meters. The maximum radius is 750. So you got to be pretty close. I think the sweet spot here is right around 500. And that's where I like to pop my EMP. The charge time, it says 12 seconds, but I think it charges a little bit faster than that. I think it charges closer to 10. It does take 1 second to unleash once you hit the button. It says cooldown time is 12. I think it's also faster. I think it's 10 again. You can overcharge these. They give you 20% more performance, 10% more overpowered performance. Here's the big thing here. Power to IR and EM. 6 to IR. So you're going to run a little hot with these guys. But, you know, that's part of the trade-off. You get these EMPs. So speaking of the Sabre Raven, we're going to jump now to the commercial on the Sabre Raven. It is the only commercial that Star Citizen has done on the Sabre line, and it just happens to be basically when they rolled out the Raven, they did a commercial. So let's go ahead and jump to that, and then we'll get in our chase camera footage, and then we'll bounce out, guys. Thanks for watching. Well, hey, folks, this just about wraps up the video on the Aegis Sabre, the Sabre Comet, and the Sabre Raven. What did you guys think of the video? Please, go ahead and comment below of what you think, what you thought of my review. What do you think of the Sabre itself? Do you have a Sabre? Do you use the stealth features of the Sabre? Do you go loud and proud? Does anyone else out there have a Sabre Raven? I think I've only ever seen one other Sabre Raven in the entire game. I'm curious to what you guys think. It's a really cool ship. It's not a ship I particularly love like some of the other ones, but it is super cool. Every time I do a ship review here, it's like I almost fall in love with these ships all over again. So let me know what you think. And as far as the channel goes, I would really appreciate it if you guys could drop a like and subscribe on the video. It just helps us out. If you want to know when we go live, then you can put click that little notification bell thing. And as I mentioned earlier, hey, we got a Patreon now. If you would like to support the channel, even with just like a $3 tip, or if you want more from us, and us to provide you more unique content, just let us know. And Jawa and I are happy to work with you guys and figure out what of this we can provide you. So for me personally, and for Jawa, and from all the folks working at Daymar 141, thank you guys for watching. Take care. And good night, Stan.